Good afternoon. Call to order, regular board meeting, time 5:02. Roll call, starting with Martha,
Present.
Dr. Turkey,
Present.
Rick,
Here.
Sandra,
Here.
and Vice President Angelo here. Before we start, any public comment on the closed agenda? Zoom? That will be now going into closed session at 5:02 PM. So, good evening. We're gonna reconvene to open session on April 24, 2025 at 6:08 p.m. And we're going to start off with a special guest to lead off our flag salute. Come on, son. Tell us when to start.
Go for it.
Put your right hand over your heart. Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job. Excellent. That was so professional. I love it.
That's awesome.
I think that report from closed session.
Right?
No report.
Sweet.
Right. Thank you. And there's nothing to report from closed session. Then
Let's go straight through.
prior to adoption of the agenda, we're going to remove Section 5, Resolution of 2024-2542 for North Monterey County recognizing state limitations on school impact fees for accessory dwelling units. And then in the recognition and presentation, we're going to table the human resources hiring update for a later meeting. With those changes, do we have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. So we're now going to open up public comment for non-agenda items.
We jumped to the consent.
Yeah, we adopted it.
Um, Adoption of the consent.
Yeah, we motioned to remove those items.
But we didn't
But we
motion
still have
to.
to
Oh.
adopt the consent.
I did it backwards. My bad. I jumped ahead of. So do we have a motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt the consent?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And now we can move towards public comment on non-agenda items. I got another.
Do we have the presentation?
Oh, we're gonna do that? Okay. Right, we're doing another move. So we're gonna start this time with recognition and presentation. We're gonna start off with our Castroville Elementary School update. We're moving it. After the presentation. Yes.
Okay, so let me use this because it's easier. Good evening, trustees, Superintendent Turkey, and an awesome cabinet. So for this, oh, I have the clicker. Last year we did it. Let me do this. I'll adjust here in a minute. Let me have you down. It's not it's advancing. There we go. The top one's advancer. This is advance. Okay, so this is us. We have just under 600 students and approximately 400 English learners, 55 students on IEPs, and at the bottom you have third, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade last historical data from last spring, according to their grade level or above, and at the bottom. I'm not. Which one of these is it delayed or? I'm not getting. Yeah, it's not advancing. Which one are you pushing? Which one are you pushing? Yeah, okay. Okay. So for LCAP Goal 1, rigorous and equitable instruction, what's going well at Castroville is we have become an extremely very cohesive, forward-moving, collaborative culture, very excited and synergy. There's a lot of synergy happening. So as a result, our academic achievement is our main thing to celebrate. So as you see in front of you, 197 in our last diagnostic a couple of weeks ago. 197 of our students reached their stretch goal on the iReady diagnostic, which is the ambitious goal, as opposed to the typical goal, which is the annual growth. 197 of them, as of 32% of them are at grade level or above in reading, and 31% in math. And as you can see on the first page of your handout, K through 2 exhibits extremely impressive growth. This acceleration to grade level is in part due to our strategic and consistent intervention system, where our 3 highly trained ISAs have been consistently pushing in 4 days a week since the beginning of the year. They were trained by Sammy and myself from the beginning of the year, so we started hit the ground running, so they are used only for instruction and pushing in. So they have, without fail, been pushing in K through 4. So that they're in that, and the teachers are expressing that that has absolutely accelerated their students more than historically speaking. So I want to point out on this sheet that the first 2 columns are grade level or indicate grade level or above. These percentage columns here are grade level or above. So as you can see, K and 1, there's none, none in kindergarten that need intensive intervention are more than 1 grade level behind, and 54% are at grade level or above in kindergarten, and that close and 36 in grade 1. So we're accelerating rapidly. If you turn to the next page, the second page reflects a bird's eye view of how our whole school is performing in reading. 161 students are at grade level or above. 182 are only 1 year behind. Huge growth, that area right there. And 156 need additional intervention. So that's out of 600 students, actually shy 75 for TK. So the next page reflects that 175 students who are proficient or advanced in math. Only 56 need intensive intervention. Huge growth. Remember this, again, this is, I'm going to clarify, this is on the iReady diagnostic. And what we discovered as a team as we dug in is that the teachers are happy with the alignment with iReady as opposed to how LGL was last year. It is aligned. So we're going to see what happens, how it comes to fruition and how it's aligned on the CASP in the spring. We'll see just how aligned it is. Next page, kinder and first grade strikes again, very high levels. Kinder and first, very high levels of math proficiency, numeracy. The reason for this monumental growth is what's going right at Castroville is we have, I just said that at the beginning, we're very collaborative and cohesive, very hyper-focused, data-driven. And if you turn to the next page, this looks very complicated. This is it. This is our driver of our success. You've seen it before from me for 3 years now. We have had, this is where we know at a click of a button, we know where every student is in live time. And the success has come from continuous SMART goals from the beginning of the year to the present. So where the bold is, these are the SMART goals that we've had. They're 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you turn the page, we continue to have our SMART goals. And we're using our data, that's what we use our PLCs for. That's all we're doing. We're bringing this up. We're focused on this and utilizing this to make all of our decisions, drive all of our decisions. So this is what's going right at Castroville for LCAP. Goal 1, the rigor is, what could be improved is our bell-to-bell rigor, not in all classes, maybe half of them, bell-to-bell rigor. And the other thing is our focus, and the data reflects actually on the sheet here that's presented for LCAP Goal 1 that's projected. The gap, I think, what's holding up student achievement at more rapid rates is that access to language acquisition, and that is our prototype. That is what we're going to remain laser focused on. We're doing lots of work around that even now, but we're going to language access to all students is what our main focus is, and that's what will drive our SMART goals next year. And it's already happening in our classes because our teachers came together this year. They're excited about everything. It's been an intense year, but we've done the groundwork. We've laid the groundwork. So as we move, what's next for all that? I just said we're going to remain focused on language acquisition and continue what we're doing. We're doing the right thing. The teachers are just working like crazy with Herculean grace. They just smile, and and I have to say, I got to bring it to the district. We were what the teachers needed. We've always all been great, but what we have is clarity and guidance and direction from Dr. Turkey and his team. We know exactly what they expect. Okay, then we'll do it. Before, it was just kind of, and because I've been here for 2 years, the clarity has meant everything to us. We know what to do. So that's LCAP goal 1. Next slide. I got that. Sorry, I'm going with last year. You guys did it for. Nope. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to turn it over. Actually, I want to say that yesterday, I wasn't going to talk about this, but yesterday, relative to student connectedness, I was outside. Step on up with these. I was outside waiting for Mrs. Bobadilla. I was outside with the lines, the 3rd grade lines after recess, waiting for the 3rd grade teachers. And I'm standing there talking to everybody. And Miss Bobadilla's line, one of the students says, Miss Chabucas, I was 2 points short of my stretch goal. And I said, that's okay. That's awesome. I said, look how much growth you made. Next year, I go, not even next year. Let's celebrate it this year. But I don't get to go to the breakfast banquet and get a burrito with the other 197 kids, right? And I said, that's okay. We'll figure out another way. Think about what you're going to do next year. So the girl in front goes, I was 9 points away from mine, Miss Chabucas. And I said, you know what? You guys are growing, though. Look how much you've grown. So then Kasai raises his hand. I'm talking to these 3rd graders about their goals. And then one student says, Miss Chabucas, my last diagnostic, I met my stretch goal in reading, and this one I met it in math. And I said, well, how did you do that? And he said, well, we read all day long. And the boy in front of him says, no, we don't. And he goes, we read cereal boxes, we read signs, so we're learning all day. And so I'm sitting here having this conversation, and Ms. Bobadilla walks up, language, goal setting. So this is, they're connected to school. So I scrapped what I was going to say and give that anecdote because I said, Ms. Bobadilla, you guys got to show up tomorrow and speak for yourselves. So I'm going to let them speak for to the connected piece. And you want to go first? They did their own surveys. They surveyed their peers. So.
Hi, I'm a 3rd grader, Emilia Madrigal from Castroville Elementary School. For me, I feel connected to school because learning is really fun, like math, ELA, and ELD. Geometry is fun too because I get to work with other students like a team. It's more fun when we get to talk to our partners about what we are learning. So I like coming to school because everyone is happy, so I feel happy too. Also, parent-teacher committee does fun things for us. For example, Easter, Christmas, and the fall festival. We got to see dancing cowboys in a potato truck. We also get to choose from volleyball, basketball, and all kinds of choices of things to do during recess. At lunch, recess, everyone is enjoying themselves. We get really good fruit during first recess. Strawberries are my favorite.
Speak a little louder.
Strawberries are my favorite. My friend Sophia said that our principal buys us volleyballs, so I learn how to play volleyball every day. A 3rd grader, Alvaro, said that he likes playing soccer with the 4th graders. Those are a few reasons why we like coming to school. Do you have any questions?
You gotta speak louder.
Yeah. Good evening, trustees and Superintendent Turkey. I am Dominic Garcia, a 5th grader at Castroville Elementary School. I interviewed other 5th grade peers, and here are a few responses that I've gotten why we feel connected and engaged at school. First of all, our teachers make learning fun. We get to work on math problems together and learn how to work as a team. In ELA, we work with a partner to solve problems and explain our ideas and theories. We get to collaborate to get answers, and we learn how to be a team. Another reason we feel connected is that all the activities at recess and lunch we get to choose from, like pickleball, volleyball, soccer, basketball, STEM activities, cards, and sketching. I actually bring in all the equipment each day after recess to make sure all our equipment lasts all year and in good shape. I also take on leadership roles since last summer. According to my peers, we like PE and all team sports. We learn how to work as a team. We don't always have good sportsmanship, but adults work with us to learn about sportsmanship and become a better team. I feel accepted and I miss school when I'm not here. Our SEL time, we get to express ourselves and I feel accepted. In science, we learn how systems work. We don't just do it on paper, we actually do it. Finally, coding and music makes me love school. Thank you for listening to me this evening.
Okay. So if you turn to the next page, or you don't really even need to. So the next page, the bar graphs reflect that out of 123 students, over 95% of Castroville students. This is important, I believe. And now over 95% of Castroville students, grades 2 through 6, feel happy to come to school. These are 4 different questions. Over 95% feel happy to come to school. They feel safe and they feel like all adults on campus respect them and all adults care for them. The next page is the breakdown when you were looking for some summer reading or something. On this slide, you can see a mission that was created by a school mission that is created by the students, and it's on our website and it's up on school. So they created that. Next slide. Oh, sorry. I'm so used to the last 2 years. Last 2 years we didn't do it. Okay. Parent connectedness and involvement. We have a small yet very robust parent teacher group of 7. 2 or more of these parents are on our site each day with our community schools coordinator, Sully, either planning with fundraising or providing opportunities for all students and staff. Yesterday, they were decorating our office for our administrative assistants day. They really participate, which helps a lot, raises the quality of our climate and the morale. The circle graphs on the second page reflect that 97% of parents say that teachers communicate regularly. Huge. 90% feel they are valued by admin and staff. 92% are satisfied with school communication. 94% feel welcomed by all staff. And 95% say that their children feel happy and want to go to school. That's very exciting. Our ELAC meetings and school site council have grown in numbers and consistency. Where the challenges and improvement lay are we will extend our academic partnerships with families next year, as I've spoken each time. We've already begun to organize. I've spoken to a couple people, Sammy, teachers, other people, and we begun to organize parent universities for next year, as well as giving access to parents on multiple platforms such as videos and resources that inform parents and show them explicitly what their children are doing in class at that time and live time, and show them explicitly how to help their children in the home. These platforms will be academic oriented. They will be strengthening their social emotional intelligence and definitely talk about that technological piece, positive and negative, but mostly how too much technology or freedom with technology is adverse. Next slide. Me. Staff engagement. Come on over, Sammy. By the way, Sammy is very responsible for a lot of this success.
Oh, is the presentation gone? All right. Well, Mr. Bucas wrote this, but I am in total agreement with it. But I'll give it my own spin. It's okay. No, I'll give it my own spin. She said she couldn't have said it better. For staff engagement, we're a united learning community with daily camaraderie. Our staff lounge is packed every day during lunch and breaks with teacher bonding, laughing, talking about data. I constantly nerd out about data with these teachers here. The surveys that were given to staff reflect that the staff feels supported with proactive leadership and appreciates our intense focus on data this year. Our area of improvement is our classified or our attendance, and we need to increase our teacher sub pool. A lot of shortages in coverage really interfere with a lot of the goals that we want to reach for this year, as well as coverage for yard supervision. The staff also says that we're at capacity with new initiatives, this year and or maybe for next year, we want to get good at what we're doing now with all of the new initiatives for this year, because what we're doing is working and our data reflects it, and we want to refine it and make it better. And our next steps is to spearhead a Castroville climate and culture team, and just based on the culture of teachers. Also, we want to bring back a sunshine committee. Yeah, that would be it. So I've got it. Next slide. Okay. So there was no way I could pick one certificate. There's just no way I could do it. All of our teachers have just what? Everything okay? Are we?
Let me let Curtis find out what's going on. I think we can continue because us stopping isn't actually going to change anything.
We don't-
So we can continue, but we'll get an update from Curtis.
That's good. Let's go. So I did not. There's no way I could have focused on one because every single one of these teachers, I can't even tell you. I am blessed. This is my last hurrah on my way out of the education, and this team, I can't even tell you. Every single one of them is totally committed and teaching their hearts out. So here, there's a reflection of it. I what did I put? Have developed. We already talked about it. All the things that they're doing. What I want to say is they did say students are accelerating. We are proud of our collaborative. This is coming from the teachers. I asked each of them when we're having our GLRs, how do you feel about this year? What's happening? And they're proud of our collaborative model and where we are. It has been a rough. It has. They're all saying it's been a tough, very intense year of hard work, but it was good. And we have built our alignment. We have learned how to use the programs and align our math. Next year will be much less intense. Just, oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Next year will be much less intense because we have the meat and bones of it, as long as nobody adds more stuff to our plates. So let's get good. Let's get good at what's working. Let's see how CASP goes because we've done the work. Let's see how it goes because that's where it comes to fruition, right? Okay, now let's see. And the last one, once again, we have a circle of fire, ring of fire. It's been a tough year. We're strapped with staff and yard supervision, and we're pulled and tied, but still. So it took all of so many people. So I want to highlight our ICEs at the top. They have accelerated our primary grades to grade level or above like crazy. And they're highly trained reading specialists now. They have children. The girl all the way on the left has 4 boys, but every Saturday she sacrifices to go to Science of Reading. They're going to do it again in the summer, and I'm trying to coax them to become teachers, and they're thinking about it, but they're doing monumental work. It's just, we're so blessed. Admin assistant, Yoli, there's no way that we would be successful without Yoli. She knows more than she knows all the rules. She's been around for so long. She's efficient, but most of all, she prevents mistakes, which helps us. She knows so much. It's at her fingertips. She anticipates what could go wrong. She approaches me and we prevent. And that is everything because then we can move forward and nothing holds us up. We have no snags. She knows everything. I don't know what else to say. And she's fun. That helps. We're going to nest Mr. Zavala. I want to be him in my next life because he's calm but powerful and impactful. His 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. program, you walk in at 6, it's a Montessori school. So he is absolutely, without a doubt, changing the trajectory for a very large percentage of students because they're getting skill sets. Kindergartners today, this morning, they were doing puzzles that were the ones that are for adults, and they were all focused, and it was quiet. There were 100, 200 kids in there, and there was rotations. Very, it's so developmental, all the things he's doing. So he's doing some incredible work. Joanna at the bottom is our behavior tech. She's running community circles that are quelling the drama, 5th grade girl drama, quelled. And 1st grade stuff happening among, just quelling things that are erupting in like 3 weeks of community circles. So she's really impactful. She greets the parents at the families every morning on Union Street with me, and making sure that all the kids feel safe. Everybody feels safe with her. She's like a child whisperer. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to.
I was going to talk about the ISIS, but you did it for me. It's okay.
I'm sorry. This was a last minute thing. I think that that's it. Thank you. And I think I overwent by about 8 minutes, and I apologize, but it's great stuff. Thank you.
Thank you, Gigi. Thank you, team.
All right, at this moment, do we have any public comment regarding this presentation? Yes, and then, and David, before you start, I want to go to the point, but put a disclaimer and a show transparency for the board. As we grow as board trustee members, we start to learn more and more rules when it comes to the Brown Act and how we do stuff. Public comment during presentations is what it states, public comment. It's not a ask the presenters questions and have a dialogue. We allowed that before, but that was in violation of the Brown Act, so now we're cleaning it up. So we invite everybody to make a public comment, but know that we're not having a question and answer time with the presenters. And go ahead.
First, that very exciting presentation. Thank you so much, Gigi, and congratulations to those bold students for coming up. That was really exciting. But then, yeah, the question I have is she showed some charts monitoring individual student growth. And I didn't understand, is that something that's just being done at Castroville as part of iReady, or if that's district-wide? But it sounds like that's not something I can get answered.
Due to the state laws of the Brown Act, she can address it to you later.
It might be good for everybody to know if it's not something we're doing district-wide.
Do you have any other further public comments? On this presentation. That being said, public comment is now closed. Any questions from the board? Sandra?
Yes. Matt, would you like to address if Gigi's method of kind of tracking students? I don't know. Is this out of iReady or is this her own method? Because I see the Excel spreadsheet here.
Thank you for the
Okay.
question. The iReady tracking and the diagnostic is district-wide. However, the spreadsheet which Gigi showed us here
Yeah.
is not district-wide. That is solely at Castroville.
I just want to commend you, Gigi and team. It's been a year. Well, not even a full year, but almost a full academic year. I think as parents and community members, and especially as you get further away from having kids in school and the busy life of parents, you don't recognize how hard it is to take 20, 30 little souls in your classroom, and, educate, inspire, them. So I want to commend you on that. I also want to commend you on the passion with having every student know where they're at and giving them a goal to reach, because kids are so ready to meet the challenge, meet goals that are put in front of them. And it's that which is measured matters. So you're telling a child you can do it, and here's your meta, your metric for how to reach it. So kudos. And what were the names of the two students who spoke? They were extremely eloquent. I love that they had interviewed their peers, and very well done. What were their names again? Because I should have written them down.
Can you come to the podium, Gigi? Can you come to the podium?
Oh, yeah. Gigi, what were the name of the two students?
Enough of Gigi,
Yeah.
Okay.
What were the name of
Dominic Garcia and
Dominic Garcia,
Amelia Madrigal, 3rd grade and 5th grade.
Amelia Madrigal. Okay, they were amazing. Kudos to them for being brave and representing their school with such flair. Yay! Well done, guys.
Yeah, kids, great job. And I public speaking and public comment is one of my favorites, because I always say your voice is powerful. And I too love sports. The Nest sports. I've been watching the a couple of soccer games last year, and I'm planning on going to the last set of volleyball games at the rec center this Wednesday. So it should be pretty fun. I'm a little bias for Castroville School, and of course, everyone knows that. But Gigi, great job. I mean, I've come over and I talked to a lot of staff at Castroville, and that I know that you're doing a great job over there, and all the team is the reflection of each other. And yeah, those pictures, are exactly how Castroville School is. I've been there a lot, even when I was younger, and that break room is exactly the same, and it's always crowded. I go to a lot of break rooms, and not all of them though, and that's it's always like that. But yeah, great job on the Instagram. It's a good Instagram. Put a lot of stuff on there. I'm glad you started it back up because there really wasn't one. And yeah, just a great overall job. With everything at the school, and thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Not much to add, but thank you for your presentation and bringing students. We love hearing from their voices first. With that, Martha?
No, just thank you for everything. And I just want to highlight thank you for giving us this detailed information. It's great to see the insight. I love your enthusiasm and your passion. But what really stood out to me is the survey that the kids said, do the teachers and other grown-ups care about you? All of them said yes. I love that.
They do.
And to your remark about making sure that our kids are being supported and motivated, and this speaks volumes. So good job. Good job, everybody. Thank you. And just one more question. You said subs and staffing has been challenging?
Yes, yes, I don't even, Sammy, yeah. I just don't know where to start with that. I mean, we're doing well, but yes, go ahead.
One example of this is, for example, our instructional aides, our ISAs, right? And so when we have a shortage of yard supervisors, let's say, and we don't have any subs to cover those pieces, our intervention really takes a hit, right? So the instructional aides can't go into the classroom, push in, and really keep up, maintain that consistency. And it happens a lot. Gigi has done so much work to prevent that and get ahead of it, but it's still a struggle, and that could put a strain on any admin, trying to mitigate or maintain or manage that shortage. When there's a lot of subs that they don't want to pick up a 2 or 3 or 4 hour assignment, they want a full day, or if it's Wednesdays, that means I or the EL specialist have to cover. So then I have to cancel my coaching sessions with teachers or go see how intervention's doing, or those kinds of things. But that's just on my side, and I can't imagine, if Gigi sometimes has to cover, or our vice principal also has to cover. It's a lot of those things that interfere with our goals. We have I-ready goals, we have academic goals, we have SEL goals, and it's this sub shortage, and for not just teachers, but for yard supervisors, that gets in the way of these ambitious goals. Oh, they're not really ambitious. We're trying to address unfinished learning, right, from COVID. We're getting kind of back to normal in some sense, but we want to get there as best and as fast as we can.
Another problem we had with staffing was the specials that we had. And we were promised art teachers, and we just have subs. And we've noticed that the revolving door of subs coming into those positions just doesn't give us a cohesive, it's just not cohesive, and the students notice. And like, if I step out during art and if it's a sub in there, then I have to come back and calm my students down, because the sub doesn't really know how to handle them. And it can be very chaotic in that sense. Art/coding were the ones who were the hardest, but PE is fine and it's stable, and every time we have, like for us, we have Monday and Thursday art, and then Friday and Tuesday PE. So I know that a lot of teachers have said, at the beginning of the year, they were like, oh, I usually just plan on Tuesdays and Fridays because we have teachers that are going to take the kids and gonna give them like an education, like they're actually doing what they're supposed to. And then during art time, it was a lot like we need to stay behind in our classrooms because they need help, they need support. And yeah, that's what we've noticed.
So we do have an easy solution. I think it's simple. I think we have the fix. I've recruited 2 people for next year. They're reliable, they're powerful, they're strong. We just need to fly them. So if they get flown, we'll get them. And if it doesn't get flown, we won't because they'll move on. I talked to them today. They're ready to apply and he's wonderful. So they're responsive and supportive. So they're going to be flown and then we're going to have them. Right?
I think they're flown actually, but you can connect with Curtis.
Oh,
Gigi.
they
I think
are?
They're flown. Yeah. I
Oh,
think so.
yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. So now we're going to move into recognition and presentation number 2, career technical education update and presentation.
Hi, I'm Heather Tynan, and I'm the CTE engineering teacher and also Skills USA coordinator. This is Chris Mauser. He is the public service teacher. Okay. So Skills USA is more than just a competition. It's about preparing students to thrive in the real world. Through hands-on challenges, leadership training, and teamwork, students gain confidence and skills that connect directly to industry needs. It's a way for our CTE students to see their learning come to life. A few of our students who took on that challenge are here with us today. This is Jocelyn Avalos Fuentes, Evelyn Morales, Anayaska Cruz, Jay Smalley, and Ernesto Duarte. So this year, students competed in many different areas at the regional competition, including photo, culinary, medical, engineering, criminal justice, welding, and auto. 6 teams placed and moved on to state, where they continued to demonstrate strong skills and incredible perseverance. The results are up on this slide here for our regional competition. So we had gold medal winners in mechatronics and robotics and automation, bronze medal for commercial drone and video game development, and 4th place for commercial drone and crime scene investigation. Those students went on to the state competition, which was in Ontario, California, just before spring break. And we spent 4 days there. So these photos give you a glimpse of what the days at state look like. Our students are suited up in their Skills USA uniforms, representing our school with professionalism. Most of the competitions are actually closed door, so I don't really have that many photos of them actually competing, aside from the robotics competition. And I do want to say that those girls, Anayaska and Sari, were front and center with a giant crowd watching them much of the time. So they did an amazing job. So most of the so students were solving problems, leading under pressure, and learning to work as a team in real world scenarios. Before I have the students say a few words, I just want to thank Dr. Turkey and Dr. Garcia, and especially our principal, Dan Andrus, for supporting these opportunities throughout the year. Skills USA helps us bring the outside world in, giving students a chance to step into real-world experiences, demonstrate their skills, and learn from challenges. They grow both technically and personally. So with your continued support, we're going to continue building and growing this program. So I would love to invite a few students to share a little bit about what they're proud of and what they've learned from the experience.
Hi, my name is Anayaska Cruz, and I am a senior here at North Monterey County. Ever since I was 12 years old, I've always had an interest in robotics, and this was finally my chance to experience a real life situation. Um, and not only that, I have always felt as if I was never a leader. I always thought myself as a supporter, as a helper. But in this situation, I was a leader. I was helping my teammate and I was reassuring her that we were doing amazing and wonderful. And despite a lot of people watching us and the crowd forming and cameras everywhere, I felt no pressure at all and I was not nervous at all. I was very happy to be there and very confident in what I did. Maybe my competition overall didn't go well, but I was still proud to be there and I learned a lot.
But I do want to say their competition did go well and they scored really well. They scored well in programming and hardware setup and software in particular. So they did a good job. So there's some more pictures. Sorry. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jocelyn Avalos Fuentes, and I am a senior this year. And this was my first Skills USA competition or participating in Skills USA. I competed in commercial drones, and for a while, it's been a while since a team has competed in that category. So this year, not only was it my first, but it was also for first for a lot of us. And it was a great learning experience. We learned how to problem solve on the spot. We learned how to communicate. We learned how to like set goals for each other. And on top of all, like just motivating each other to do our best. And what I really love about this is that we learn beyond the classroom, kind of like how Ms. Tynan said, it brings the outside in a way that we're not just learning from a screen or textbooks or paper, but instead we're actually getting hands-on experience and seeing real life scenarios. Me personally, since I was a little girl, I've always had a difficulty in learning with just visual or just listening. And really what has helped me through this CT course and Skills USA is really understanding difficult topics like this and actually working with my hands or just seeing data, working with computers. And it has been such a great learning experience, and it kind of gets me motivated to continue this work into college. And knowing that I have this little bit of experience and also knowing that other schools do not get this opportunity, do not have CT classes, really gets me pumped and excited and really grateful to have these programs and grateful for advisors and mentors for guiding us, even though it has been a learning experience all year. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I should highlight, I put up a couple more pictures. We did have one team who advanced to, who earned the bronze medal at state, which is third in the state. They are actually at the track meet right now, or they would be here. That's Luca Lazovic and Marcos Mendoza. They are juniors and probably competing next year. That's what they tell me at least. So, all right, thank you very much.
So at this time, we're going to open this up to public comment. If there's any public comment regarding this presentation, please come out.
Sorry, first, great job. And it's so inspiring to see students charging ahead. And this is kind of, again, a question comment. This is an elective. And so I know we're considering the adoption of the ethnic studies, which is going to take up a class. Does that mean some of the prerequisites that are required to graduate are going to cause issues for the students to be able to get to these, to take these courses? And is that a concern that we should have moving forward?
Any other public comments? That being said, we're gonna, public comments on this presentation is now closed. Is there one on Zoom? Right. That being said, public comments is now closed. We're gonna move on to board members. Sandra?
Matt, would you like to address David's comment, please? Thank you.
Um, yes, while CTE courses are elective courses, they are becoming A through G approved for next year. So all of our CTE courses will be A through G approved. In terms of the ethnic studies course, that is going to be taking the place of the 21st century skills course, which is not a prerequisite for any of the CTE courses.
Thank you. You're all exceptional. You are leaders, right? Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow, but you have all those skills within you. And I appreciate your mentoring of the group. CTE teachers help to expose the world, real world, and present day scenarios to students. And so that the learning can be connected. It looks like an amazing experience. I'm sure one you'll remember forever and hopefully can build on. Very well done. And I enjoyed hearing from all of you. Thank you.
Leaders, real leaders help create other leaders, and I've been following, you guys, from board meetings and social media for the past few years. And I always think that's just exceptional and, so great. The things you guys do and the site visits that I come see, and I see a lot of the classes. One thing I definitely want to see that I saw in here, but in action, like video game development and the commercial drones, but the classrooms, I know some of the site visits I come and it's just like your typical, classroom assignment or something like that. But yeah, you guys are on the right track. That public speaking is hard, but when you get it down, it's really useful in life. I'm so proud of you guys as always, and we all are. Great job.
I got a little bit more since I know a lot of you guys. And it's so great to see you. The last time I saw you, we were wearing masks. So I recognized your eyes, but I didn't recognize your face until it dawned on me. And just so you know, I still have that manga and webtoon list you told me of what I need to start reading. So I've not forgotten about that. Really proud to see your growth. Like I said, letting the board know she was one of my freshman students, 4 years ago, and it's just fun to see where you're at now. Smalley, there's so much I can say about you in positive ways. Just love seeing your development here at our school. I wish I could have been your guys' math teacher. I promise you we would have had a great time, but I just love to see that you guys are taking part of this. I'll start off with Heather. Oh no, you're coming up to the Miss Tynan. Yes, to the podium. No. As you can tell right now by Heather, she is probably one of the most humblest people I've ever met in my life. She was my mentor here at the school when I taught math, took me under her wing. I can't even count how many responsibilities they put on your shoulders and what you bore for our school. And to still stay motivated and give it 110%. And just want to thank you so much for what you've done for the kids. I know coming into Skills USA and taking them to state on your first year is an outstanding thing to see. We're very fortunate to have you. I can't find a podium high enough to put you on for us to thank you. And I say congratulations with your Megatron class. So, Mr. Bowser, I just want to address you too. Thank you for your hard work and the love you have for your students. I know this has been a tough year with the ups and downs and decision making, but the fact that you stayed highly motivated and gave it 110% and gave it to your students, it shows your character of who you are as a man and who you are as a teacher and how much you love being here for our students. So I really want to thank you so much for what you've done. Thank you.
But he said it very nicely, but this is definitely one of my programs that I'm so excited about and highlighted. Because I was part of bringing this to our district 10 years ago. And I've seen it evolve from when it only had 2 students in the Skill USA, and taking now 30 students to the national is amazing. And just your stories, listening to everything of what is done for you personally, it's exciting to hear how this program is totally everything that they said, built that confidence that you guys definitely show today. So congratulations, and thank you, teachers, for encouraging them to participate in the Skills USA, and for all those students out there that have been joined and participated in this program. And it's going to continue to go strong. And like you mentioned earlier, you guys are leaders. So hopefully you guys could pass it on to other students to continue this program. And who knows how many more we're going to take out next year. But this hands-on experience is what it's all about. We're part of the JTA, is it JDA or JDA? JDA.
The Joint Powers Agreement, JPA.
JDA executive, and some of you guys presented at that meeting that we had upstairs. So we got to see some of the stuff that you didn't, with the drone, and then the kids did the whole game. Which one? None of those two. Which one? You did. Yeah, you did the presentation up there about the game. So what did you get? Did you get the bronze medal, or? Come on up. Because that was so cool that you guys created that from scratch. I remember you two going up there and talking about that.
Hello, my name is Ernesto Duarte Hernandez, and for me and my teammate Dante, who unfortunately couldn't be here today, this is our second time competing in Skills USA in video game development, and we have learned so much from it since last year. We're still learning a lot of it compared to last year. Everything seems fun. One of the many things that I really like about competing in this competition is the challenge of making the video game in certain amount of time that we get. There are many rules that we have to follow, many things that we have to do by certain times, and that's what kind of makes it fun for us. Having a balanced school life, personal life, and then having to balance Skills USA with it. That's one of the many experiences that I really like about this.
Awesome. That's a career that there's a lot of students out there making some pretty good money out in Silicon Valley for that. So congratulations. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
And if I could also just say, Heather and Chris, thank you so much. All of the students, you're doing a really great job. Okay, so continue to, stand tall, be proud of what you've done. You'll continue to go on to do great things. Okay, so thank you, everybody.
It's great seeing you guys.
Love those red jackets, by the way. Make them pop.
It's like everybody wears red, right?
All right, so now we are moving to public comment on non-agenda matters.
At the last board meeting, Angelo mentioned being concerned with the CPM math curriculum we are using, to put it lightly. I am in complete agreement with these concerns and want to give some why to this discussion. The most significant issue with CPM is that it is incredibly wordy. This makes it very difficult for our language learners to not only learn math, but to appreciate math. I have heard it said, language learners dealing with CPM is painful to watch. We have to appreciate where our kids are currently coming from, meaning struggling with foundational skills, and perhaps for many, if they do not learn directly through the school, they do not get it elsewhere, meaning outside tutoring or online classes, such that if there are holes in their learning, they do not get these filled. So when you have a curriculum with minimal worked examples, relying on group work, which is prone to one person doing most of the work, and discovery learning, where you are asking kids struggling with foundational background skills to discover the next skills, it is far too inefficient of a way to help our kids learn and to get where they need to be. An example of a district with similar demographics to ours using CPM and struggling like us is Santa Ana Unified, with 16% of 11th graders proficient in math. We should reconsider our high school math curriculum, and with the upcoming adoption of elementary school curriculum, make sure these issues are not repeated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Amelia Conlon. I'm a transportation planner with the Transportation Agency for Monterey County. I was here before you about a year ago to do a presentation on the kickoff of the North Monterey County Safe Routes to Schools plan. And we have been working hard since that time and are excited to announce the launch of a community election. The Transportation Agency is putting in $1 million to build projects that have come out of that Safe Routes to Schools planning process. And we've been working with the steering committee that's made up with parents and staff in the district to decide which project should go on the ballot. And the election starts this Sunday at Dia del Nino and lasts through May 10th. There are 3 ways to vote. Everyone in North County who lives here, works here, has students in school here can vote on which project they want to see funded. And you can vote by joining us at Dia del Nino on Sunday. You can vote in person. We'll have ballot boxes at all of the North County district schools and all of the PBUSD schools in North County as well as at the Castroville Library and the Prunedale Library. And then you can also vote online. So would really encourage all of you to vote to help get the word out. And we're really looking forward to seeing these projects funded. So I would love to drop off some flyers here and maybe leave some at the front and hope to see many of you on Sunday.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We post that on our social media. Oh,
Friday.
oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there any other public comments? Any public comments on Zoom? That being said, we're public comment on non-agenda matters is now closed. Moving on to board reports. We'll start off with Sandra.
We have a lot of exciting events coming up. Tomorrow is Jaisa's. Sunday is Dia del Nino. You're probably covering this in your superintendent report. So I'm gonna leave it to you. I just want to express a thank you to our staff, to our administrators, and to our teachers. The longer I'm on the board, the more I recognize that this is a very complex, multifaceted labor of love to work with students because they really are our future. So to have a small part or a big part in molding who they are, helping them to have access to information, education, and the necessary support to thrive is something that each of you do for our district. So I want to say a sincere, thank you for what you do to support our district. And that's my board report. So thank you.
Rick?
Just surprise, thinking that the school year has been going by super fast and just been super busy with all 4 kids in 4 sports and meetings and stuff, but it's been good though. Yeah, everything's been nothing, and fortunately nothing's been really negative for me, but my daughter did go to DC last week and all the kids were super stoked and the chaperones and Mr. C did a great job at taking them there and checking in with the parents, and we got 60 kids to go and they had a blast, and I was just a nervous wreck for my daughter and sad before she left. I think me and my wife literally were the saddest because I was looking around and like everyone seemed more kind of, but I don't know. But it was fun. That I'm so glad that she went because then all of them went actually. It's a once in a lifetime experience. But yeah, and just being optimistic about the rest of the year. That's it.
I have nothing to report or talk. Martha?
I just want to quickly just shout out for Echo Valley School because I was able to participate in their tradition of their talent show. Did anybody go to the talent show in this room? It was power. Yeah, you were there. You're right. Yeah, it was so awesome. You were there. Yes. It was so cool to see, DJ Giles in his element on stage with, and his club, his new club was back there doing some of the music too. But again, this tradition has been there, and you guys all know that I'm alumni, so I'm not going to tell you how many years, but that tradition of the talent show for the kids has been there, you know, for over 50 years. And it's amazing to see that it's still going very strong. And I love to see the talent that we have in our little local schools. The little kids are amazing. And then I just wanted to kind of also mention that, oh my God, I just had a senior moment. Sorry, guys. That's pretty bad. There was something else I was going to mention. Gee, oh yeah, the report, the meeting that we did last night, the town hall meeting. So thank you for your presentation. And we removed the HR presentation today because we're gonna talk about more granular details and developing a more annual report to kind of show the results for the whole year. So I look forward to, you know, just having that dialogue and that conversation with you and generating a report from Escape that maybe we can use every year. So I'm looking forward to that. And that's where that came from, why we pulled it. And then he'll be putting a draft together so we can kind of just review it and see if this is something we want to have, you know, every year to kind of see what that looked like for the whole year as far as the hiring plan and everything else that's going to be on there. So that's all I have.
Awesome. Thank you. With board reports being closed, we'll move on to superintendent's report.
Hey, so to start my superintendent's report today, I'd like to introduce a couple of new faces. We just hired 2 new folks this evening. And first of all, I'd like to introduce Miss Kim McCulloch. Miss Kim McCulloch is going to be joining us as our Director 2 of Teaching and Learning.
Hey, welcome aboard. Welcome.
Now, I have a little bio of Kim's right here. And I say little, it was a little bit longer. I said brief at first and Kim did, but she was an overachiever, but we've shortened it up a little bit. So Kim McCulloch is a longtime resident of Prunedale and a native Salinas, and she brings over 20 years of experience in education to her new role as Director of Teaching and Learning for North Monterey County. Her education journey began at Hartnell College and CSU Monterey Bay, where she earned her degree in liberal studies with a math emphasis, followed by a teaching credential and a master's in education administration from San Jose State University. She started her career teaching 6th grade at Natividad Elementary and later taught math at Hardin Middle School, where she also served as an assistant principal and then principal. Most recently, she was the Director of Educational Services at Salinas Union High School District, where she supported professional development, LCAP implementation, classroom walkthroughs, and summer school coordination. Known for her collaborative leadership and passion for student success, Ms. McCulloch looks forward to building aligned systems for academic, behavioral, and social emotional support across North County. Outside of work, she enjoys hiking and spending time with her husband, their 2 sons, and their 2 dogs. She also enjoys running and has participated in the Monterey Bay Half Marathon nearly every single year. So Kim, welcome to the team. If you'd like to come up and maybe say a few words and introduce yourself, that'd be fantastic.
Good evening. So I just wanted to thank the board and thank Superintendent Turkey and Cabinet for this opportunity to come and serve in North County. I'm very excited to work with Dr. Turkey and Dr. Garcia to support our students, to support our staff, and to support our families across the district. It was so inspiring to hear the students today. I love hearing their voices, and they were so articulate and expressed themselves. I'm like 3rd grade. I'm like, wow, that is an amazing speech. So I was hearing from Castroville and then also seeing Principal Gigi's passion and love for her school and the staff's love for their students and school, and then hearing from our Skills USA, I just see such amazing things already in the district just tonight. So it's just an honor to be here to meet everybody, and I really look forward to continuing the work in North County and supporting our students, family, and community. So thank you for this opportunity.
All right, thank you. Welcome. Okay, let's give Kim just a quick round as a welcome. Thank you. Welcome, Kim. Welcome.
Thank you. So you live locally too? Yay!
Kim, you can just leave me hanging like that.
Oh, sorry, Matt.
Welcome.
Okay, now the second appointment which we are making tonight is of Mr. Patrick Bowman in the role of College Career Coordinator. I also have Pat's bio right here. So Patrick has served as an educator in the Sacramento community for over 20 years in a variety of roles, including secondary science teacher and as an administrator at both the school site and district levels. Mr. Bowman has devoted much of his career to developing, expanding, and improving high school career pathway programs. So, for example, CTE programs, CPA programs, which is California Partnership, California Partnership Pathways. Okay, maybe I have to ask you what that stands for exactly. CTIG pathways, all of which serve historically underrepresented populations. He has had the privilege of collaborating with diverse groups of parents, teachers, and community and business leaders to establish pathways which has served as a model for instructional best practices, such as linked learning, social emotional learning, defensive learning, and meaningfully improved outcomes for students, and has worked at schools earning both a Distinguished School and Gold Ribbon Award for their work around the defensive learning. As an educational leader, Mr. Bowman believes that all students can learn at high levels and that our school system must ensure all students graduate with the skills and knowledge necessary to succeed in a personal and professional pathway of their own choosing. He is excited to work alongside the dedicated teachers, parents, community partners, and businesses of North County to provide students access to rigorous and relevant college and career preparation throughout their time in our schools. So, Pat, thank you very much for joining us. Also, if you'd like to come up and say a couple of words.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here. I can't wait to get started. Thank you so much to the school board and Superintendent Turkey for letting me join your community. I am moving here from Sacramento, but I grew up just over the hill in the South Bay. And my brother runs a sprout farm in Watsonville, and my mom lives in Aptos. So I'm excited to set up some roots here in the community with you all and join this fantastic, vital group of educators and parents and students, getting students ready to be adults. So thank you again, and I can't wait to get started.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
More and more every day.
Okay. If you progress us on to slide 2, please, Enrique. Okay, so just the other day, myself and Principal Dan Andrus had the opportunity to congratulate Samuel Flores for being the CTE Student of the Year from North County. Now, Samuel is in welding, and he has been progressing with it very well within welding. He spends a lot of time there. He is more advanced than most of the other students, okay? And the other students clearly look up to him. You can see it when you go into the class, okay? They were giving him high fives. They were kind of like, you know, everybody was obviously very happy for him. His teacher spoke very highly of him, and we wish him the best, and he's going to do an awesome job. And he and his family are going to be celebrated the next few days at I think it's the Elks Lodge, which they're doing the celebration for them. Yeah. Next slide, please. Samuel couldn't make it here this evening, by the way. So Trustee Diaz and myself actually went to congratulate the school bus drivers this week for School Bus Driver Appreciation Day. They are the first people from the district who see the kids at the very start of school, and the very last people who see the kids as they take them home. And that matters. And come rain or shine, they are always there every day, taking care of our kids, bringing them to and from school. So this is given up again for our bus drivers. Let's see, next. So I had the pleasure to visit the staff collaboration here at the high school. So each Monday, the staff collaborate here on their continuous improvement cycles in their departments and their teams. So going around seeing what the teams are working on and essentially seeing if I can help at all, right? And building some relationships with people and seeing how things are going. but the high school team there doing a really nice job working together. And it is from these types of teams, teachers working together on how to improve. That's how we get better outcomes for kids. So every Monday they do this, and Janae Jordan over there on the left-hand side, you can see her, is the person who organizes that. Okay, so they did an awesome job. Next slide, please. So a couple of coming up meetings. We have our LCAP advisory committee meeting coming up on Tuesday, the 29th from 5:30 to 7. This is on LCAP goals 3 and 4. So this is on student engagement and empowerment and community engagement and empowerment. Next slide, please. So our LCAP survey is live. Do please take our LCAP survey. The QR code is right there. And your voice is important. It's actually what guides the LCAP. It is a community-based strategic plan. Okay, so yeah, please do take the LCAP survey and have your voice heard. Next slide, please. Okay, so Sandra mentioned this. We do have our Dia del Niño, Day of the Child, coming up on Sunday. It's at the middle school from 1 to 4 p.m. There will be lots of resources there for families, lots of fun. So yeah, please come out and join the festivities. And next slide, please. Okay, so we've got a couple of staff spotlights here. All right. It was recently Administrative Assistant Day. Okay, where we recognize and celebrate our admin assistants across the district. So here you can see a few of our admin assistants, and I want to give a special shout out to my admin assistant, Val. Okay, so Val, thank you so much. A lot of the things which I do and go to and organize, it's Val behind the scenes who is actually making the magic happen. Okay. And then if you multiply that out across the district, okay, behind each director, behind each assistant superintendent, behind each principal, there's an admin assistant making that magic happen. And that magic wouldn't happen without our admin assistants. So again, Val, thank you very much. All of our admin assistants, thank you very much. And the next team spotlight is for our human resources team. So this is an interesting one, right? Because our HR teams generally don't get recognized. Okay, because as Curtis says, most people come to HR if they have a problem or they're trying to avoid a problem, right? However, our HR team have been doing a fantastic job, okay, throughout all of the processes which they're doing. They are a small but mighty team. So I want to give a shout out there to Curtis, Sandra, Jasmine and Emily, Kathy and Susie. Okay, you're running things behind the scenes, and there are less problems. When there are problems, you're dealing with them in a very humane and human manner, putting the human back into resources, as Curtis would say. Okay, and it does matter. So thank you very much to you and the whole HR team. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. With the superintendent's report being done, we'll now move on to Classified School Employees Association rep report. Do we have a CSEA member here?
Ramona contacted me. She will, there's nobody reporting today.
We'll now move on to North Monterey County Federation of Teachers rep report.
Good evening, Cassandra Quaylar, short and sweet tonight. This week, we met with the district's negotiating team and had a productive first day of negotiations. Thank you, Dr. Turkey, Mr. Curtis Wilson. We are looking forward to the next day of negotiations on May 7th. Thank you.
We also thought it was a productive day of negotiations. Thanks, Cassie.
With AFT report being done, we will now go to discussion items. Number 1, adopt resolution 2024-2538, Administrative Professionals Day, April 23rd, 2025.
Okay, so this is me taking this, and I kind of feel like I kind of just did this. Okay, so in that case, I am just going to ask the board to approve the resolution.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to adopt the resolution?
I motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution passes. We'll now move on to discussion item number 2, adopt resolution 2024-2539, National School Principal Day on May 1st, 2025.
Okay, so school principal day on May 1st. Things won't run without our school principals. Okay, running a school is like running a city. Okay, there's a lot going on the entire time. Okay, you think about those 20 to 30 souls in each classroom. You multiply that out, and you have what, 600 in the school. That's a lot of people. And then you think about all of the parents and the caregivers of those 600 students. Okay, and then you think about all of the teachers who are there, all of the staff who are there. That's a lot of people which you're organizing there. So to our school principals, school wouldn't happen without you. Okay, you are some of the hardest working people in our district. You're the CEOs of the building. Okay, thank you for all of your work, school principals. And with that, I would encourage the board to adopt this resolution.
Is there a motion to adopt the resolution?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution passes. Now move on to item number 3, adopt resolution 2024-2537, honoring after schools professional appreciation week of April 21st to 25.
So this is going to be Carol and Jeremy
And everybody.
and the entire crew. Okay, very good.
All right. Good evening, Board, Superintendent Turkey, members of the community. I'm Carol Ortiz, Director of Expanded Learning. This week is National After School Professionals Appreciation Week. I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to publicly acknowledge our staff and for all of the work that they do every day. They work tirelessly after school, summer school, winter break, spring break, all out of school time. They are there working hard to support our students. In fact, last week we had a spring academy at Castroville Elementary supporting approximately 150 TK through 6th grade students every day last week, giving them a wonderful opportunity to have something to do during their spring break. For families who need services in the morning, our staff are there at 6 a.m. on site at our elementary and middle schools. And they work split shifts. So they're working in the morning and they take a little break in the afternoon and they're back in the evening and they're there until 6 p.m. So staff have been pretty much on since 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. And I don't know how they do it. I admire them being there and showing up and being at the site at 6 a.m., opening the doors, welcoming those sleepy kids, having cooking classes so they have breakfast in the morning if that's what they choose, along with the school breakfast, of course. But I really, really admire and appreciate them for being there every day for our students. They're also deeply involved in community events. All community events, they step up and they show up. They're preparing for Dia del Niño to be there on Sunday, offering lots of fun events, and we've gotten lots of materials ready to have fun activities for our community. And lastly, I just want to acknowledge our our clubs, Echo Valley, Mr. Shells, Echo Valley Media Club, which is an extremely popular club across all of our sites. They created a video thanking our staff and sharing what they enjoyed about after school. So I just wanted to share that with you before we wrap up. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Silas. Today we're going to be telling you about the NEST program. We have a lot of activities. Now let's hear it from our student.
I like NEST because I could play soccer and marbles at NEST.
The reason why I like NEST is because we're able to have soccer practice
And I'm able to have esports and play with my friends.
because it's fun and there's a lot of activities to do.
I like NEST because I like to play sports.
I like NEST because I like the student sport.
I like NEST because there's soccer and I get to hang out with my friends and we get to play tag a lot.
And my favorite club is social media club. Miss Gigi's the best.
I like NEST because I'm able to hang out with my friends and be at school longer and play flag football, and my favorite club is NEST because I like it.
Lo que a mí me gusta en es jugar soccer. Lo que me gusta más hacer en soccer es hacer esports y soccer.
We also have a lot of community partners, such as Aztec Dancing, Science My Way, and Cypher Academy. What kids most enjoy is about our clubs. First, we have art, then esports, then sports, then garden, and then finally, social media club. There you have it. This is Echo Valley Ness. I'm Silas, and goodbye.
Thank you. Feel his energy though.
We know it's a microphone. So.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. Hi, guys. My name is Jeremy. I've been part of the NEST program since its inception, and I just wanted to acknowledge everyone here for a few things. Apologize for Mr. Silas and his amazing audio that he recorded for that. He worked really hard on that, and he's really busy too. He plays baseball and all that stuff. I see him all the time. So this is our team. This is just a small representation of everything that it takes to make it go, and before, after, and just about everything. We have our hand in a lot of stuff, and a lot of people come to try and get help or anything. And we want everyone to be welcome to come and support Nest so that we can support them as well, so that we can do it together. So that's Miss Jamie. She's amazing. Kinder slime is her specialty. Yeah. This is Miss Miana. She was doing cheerleading for our last one, and are you doing it again? Maybe. All right. This is our favorite secretary, Miss Alex. That's all I have to say. Everything. There's not enough to say about her. Then we have Miss Kathy. She is the N in Nest. If you don't know, that's nurture. That's the climate and culture at the Nest at Elkhorn is amazing. This is Miss Sophia, our kid zone specialist at Castroville. 6 a.m, disarming, opening, and having all of the documents, reminding me to have the documents ready, and then reminding me when they're messed up. So we have Miss Gigi over here, Giselle. She's the one who is responsible for putting the kids in a position to have the opportunity to do these things. And for a while, I was doing a lot of the flyers, a lot of the pictures and stuff, and not doing really well. And my goal has been for the kids to do it. And with people like Miss Giselle and everybody there, that's how we get it done. So I'm really excited. And last and not least, this morning we did, go on. I'm going to call Mr. Edgar up into the front because I know he's in the back, but this morning he was the recipient of our Region 5 After School Excellence Award. And so for all of his amazing work and dedication at the secondary high school level, where there was none before, there's a ton now. So thank you, Mr. Edgar. Yeah. Nest is the best.
Yeah.
Right, we'll now open this discussion item to public comments. Antonia? Buenas tardes, Antonia.
Ya. Y lo que ellos están diciendo o no es mentira, se ha visto porque yo de mi trabajo.
De nuevo, perdón.
Bueno, me dijeron que empezara de nuevo.
I was
Buenas
asked to start
tardes.
over. Good evening.
Lo que ellos dijeron es verdad. ¿Por qué? Yo lo he visto con mis propios ojos. Mi ruta de mi casa a mi trabajo, paso a Echo Valley y yo a todos los ejercicios y actividades que hacen los niños.
What they're saying is so true. I've seen it myself. I drive past Echo Valley on my way to work, and all of the activities that they're doing, I've seen them.
Y en especial la escuela Elkhorn, donde van mis niños, Miss Jamie, Miss Katy. Uy, son unas maravillas todos ellos. Son especial para mí porque desde las 6 de la mañana y hasta después de mi trabajo yo paso y recojo a mis niños. Yo siento que ellos reciben a mis hijos de una muy bonita manera y muy especial.
Dijo Jasmine y
Sí,
Kathy.
Miss Katy.
Okay. And Jamie? Okay. Especially at Elkhorn School where my children go. Miss Jamie and Jasmine, they are so wonderful. Kathy, I apologize. And I drop them off at 6 a.m. before work and pick them up until after I get off from work. And I see the way they receive my children with such care and nurturing. They are wonderful.
Y la semana pasada hubo una semana de vacación, pero hubo programa en Next. Entonces yo brinqué a mis hijos a Castroville y ay, ¿cómo se llama? Sofía. Hoy Sofía está apuntando cada niño que va. Entonces, los niños se están adaptando, están agarrando experiencia de cómo te llamas, cuál es tu apellido, y los niños ya van preparados. ¿Por qué? Porque ellos les están enseñando a ser independiente de ellos mismos y se le agradece bastante. Por eso casi estoy recorriendo como un mundo y aprendo muchas cosas y los agradezco bastante por el trabajo que están haciendo.
And last week, when the children were off on spring break, I transferred them to Castroville, and Sophia, she was there. She was so wonderful, writing down all of the children's names. They became, that helps them with their independence, learning how to put down their name, their last name. I am so grateful for them and everything they've been offering.
Entonces yo pido un fuerte aplauso para ellos por el trabajo que hacen. Cada uno de ellos depende también cada niño y todos los niños los miran por igual, los atienden por igual. A ellos no hay diferencia de niños, ellos para todos son iguales, todos saludan, les sonríen, hacen actividades, muchas actividades y eso me alegra bastante.
I appreciate them so much and the work they do with the children. They see them all equally. They treat everyone the same, every child, and they participate in activities with them.
Y también pido un fuerte aplauso para ellos porque son unos guerreros, luchones, madrugadores y bien trabajadores. Gracias.
And I ask for an applause for them because they are so hardworking, very resilient, and work very hard.
Do you have any public comment on Zoom? Oh, yeah.
Ms. Quaylar, second grade at Elkhorn. I also just have nothing but positives to say about Nest. A lot of my students are in the program and have been in the program. I get invited to their performances. I have to see The Lion King, even though I'm out that day. I plan to come back after a different event I have to be at outside of school. I'll come back to work just to watch my students perform because they've been practicing completing their work as quickly as they can so that they can go outside my door and practice their lines. So it's been an incentive to get their work done so they can practice for their play. I've seen The Jungle Book, stayed after school for that. And I've also taught the academics part, and Nest is always there. As soon as you start, they bring you a bunch of supplies, whatever you need more headphones, need more paper, markers, anything. It was a really well coordinated program with a lot of support for the teachers to prepare for academics. So thank you. And thank you from the children.
Confirming we have nothing on Zoom. All right, so we'll close public comment on this discussion item. Open it up to board question or comment. Start off with Sandra.
Just thank you to each of you for your contributions at the sites and to our students. So thank you.
Yeah, Nest has been great. And it was ACES before, right? Yeah, and my older two went to ACES at Castroville, and like it's been great. And now I have a 5 and 7-year-old at Prunedale, and they love it. They love Nest, and their grandma picks them up at one of the times, and you guys help them with the homework. Make sure they do it on their own, but do it correctly. It kind of got me like sad a little bit because I hadn't did homework with the kid for a super long time, and my first grader like she brought it to me and I do it every single night with her, every single night. And it was just, just fun again, watching them learn and the way that they just keep progressing. And just the whole program in general, obviously has been doing very good and innovative things, outside of the box things. And I know Jeremy has a great vision, and Carol is leading a great team, and all the sites, you guys are doing great. If I haven't saw them firsthand from the schools that I'm at a lot, but I definitely hear uh great things out of the other schools, and I'm just so proud of the things that we've done, so proud of you guys, and so glad that we're such a tight net and caring community. So thank you so much for doing this for all our kids, for my kids, for all of our kids. It's so much appreciated. You're appreciated.
Yeah, I just want to, I'll just pretty much add a little bit to that. I'm ashamed of saying this. I didn't know what Nest was when I was teaching here. I thought I had to do something with the after school program and called it the Nest because we were the Condors. So it wasn't until I got on the board I got to see what's going on behind the scenes, and really blown away by everyone's hard work. Carol, I can't stop singing your praises. I've been very impressed. I do recognize everybody's a team, but also the boss can set the tone if we're going to have a good group or we're going to have a group that doesn't work well. So it's obvious that it's a whole unit working well together. I do hope we can, to fix my ignorance. Like, I'm sure I wasn't the only teacher that didn't know what the nest was and thought, like I said, had to do something with nesting condors and birds, I hope we can promote you more to the secondary schools, because you guys provide a lot of resources that just I keep getting blown away and surprised every time you guys come out here. So thank you for your hard work.
Just ditto, kudos. I mean, you guys have been amazing. We feel the passion. We see the unity, the collaboration. You guys are a powerhouse. And this NEST program is so crucial to our community. And you guys have really taken it to the next level. I've been here for a long time. You guys have really taken it to the next level. So thank you. Thank you guys for all that, your hard work and everything that you guys have put into it. It's been impressive to see how the growth has been. So thank you.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you to everybody. The expanded learning is critical, right? I mean, if you think about what Antonia said, okay, we have people who are working, they need it, right? But, well, I should say, and it is not a babysitting service. That is not what expanded learning is. It is expanded learning, right? And so thank you for doing that. Thank you for taking it so seriously and doing such a good job with it. Our kids need it, right? This is where we can help fill gaps. This is where we can expand their horizons, give them different opportunities. And so we appreciate everything you do. Thank you.
Zoom. Okay, so are they still on Zoom? Okay, so I guess I closed public comment, not realizing someone on Zoom had a comment, so we'll move it to, we'll just go add them since I skipped over them.
Hello, my name is Regina, and I just want to say that I appreciate the NEST program so much. My daughter is in Castroville School, and she's a kinder, and Miss Sophia and all the staff there are awesome. I just think it's a great program, and for parents, I'm a parent, I'm an employee, I'm a community member. It just gives us a peace of mind to know our kids have a safe and welcoming place to go. So thank you.
Yay, thank you.
Now public comments closed. So do we have a motion to adopt this resolution?
I motion to move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution passes.
Aye.
Thank you. So we will now move on to discussion item 4, approve resolution 2024 2541, amending resolution authorizing participation in the delinquent tax financing program.
Good evening. This is a regular practice. We currently participate in the Monterey County Office of Education Delinquent Tax Financing Program. And this resolution would allow us to continue to participate in order to receive premiums, which turn into unrestricted dollars. This would allow us to continue to participate for fiscal years 25, 26, and 27.
So we're now open to public comment regarding this resolution. Seeing as there's no public comment here, is there any public comment via Zoom? All right, no public comment on Zoom, so we will close public comment. Do we have a motion to approve this resolution? Oh, it's been a long day for me. So, yes, boards, any comments, questions?
No comment and no motion to approve resolution number 24-2541.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for being patient with me.
It's okay.
Now we will move to discussion item 5, recommendation to receive CSEA Sunshine proposal for the 2025-2026 collective bargaining year.
Well, good evening. So in front of you, you have the sunshining for the CSEA group. There are 5 articles. Article 9, leaves. Article 14, pay. Article 15, professional growth programs. Article 19, health and welfare benefits. And Article 23, which is the reclassification and reallocation language. So before you is approving their sunshine, and we will get ready to, upon approval, get ready to have our first negotiation session with CSEA.
Okay. Do we have any public comment present for this sunshine proposal? Seeing as there's no public comment here, do we have any on Zoom? So public comment is now closed. Any questions or comments from trustees? Seeing as there's no comment or questions, do we have a motion to just receive? Okay, I thought we had everybody. We will now move on to discussion number 6.
Yeah.
Could be appoint assistant superintendent of business services as designees for construction agreements per CUP CCAA under Public Contract Code 22034 subsection E.
CUPCA, which is otherwise known as a California Uniform Public Construction Cost Accounting Act, is what we currently use in our district. And it does require that we have a designee. Since we have 2 new members, this would appoint me as well as Rihanna Flores, which is our Director of Business Services as well, for the purposes of CUPCA.
Do we have any public comment regarding this discussion item? Seeing as there's none here, do we have any public comment via Zoom? Is this a voting?
This one, yes, we do vote on this, yes.
Okay, so do we have a motion to appoint a designee?
Yeah, so I motion to appoint our Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, Brenda.
Raina.
You have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now move on to board requests for information and or possible agenda items. We'll start with Martha.
Carol left already, but I was hoping to see if maybe we can get an update on the YCP program and how that worked out for the school year. And hopefully maybe they can come and present to kids and maybe to publish.
I'm done right here. Rick?
None.
Sanders?
afterwards, just to make sure it's not somewhere.
Okay, so with that item being closed, we will now adjourn our meeting at 7:47 PM.
What? Meeting adjourned.
See?